Hello and welcome back to Insert Game. What do I have for you this time? Well, before we get to that, let's just take a little look at some history. Some Atari history. Back in 1977, the VCS was released to the public. This is the very first console that was released, the Heavy Sixer. After this one was released, they came out with a slightly different model, the Light Sixer. Still has the 6 switches, but a slightly different, sharper design. After this model, they came out with a 4-switch model, and the other 2 switches were moved to the back. This one actually has the Atari 2600 on it. Then after this one, they released the Atari Junior, which is a nice little console in itself. And the reason I'm going through this history of console revisions is because back in 2004, I believe, Atari decided that they would release another console. And they called it the Atari Flashback. Basically, it was a plug-in to your TV type system. Had, I think, 20 built-in games, and no cartridge slots, so just built-in games, and that's what you played. And then in 2005, they released the Flashback 2, which is this system here. And I'll review this one separately on its own, but you can kind of see they had that system. And in 2011, I believe, they came up with the Flashback 3. And in 2012, November, I believe, they released the Atari Flashback 4. And this is what we're going to be looking at today. I just recently picked this one up. It's in a brand new condition. So let's open up the box here and take a look at what we got. Right away you can see the owner's manual. Definitely recommend it reading. What else we got here? We got a nice big asteroids poster. Asteroids. So that's great for the man cave. As you can see, it's a limited edition poster. And right here we have the console itself. This is the Flashback itself. It's a nice looking little console. And there's your controller ports here. Little sensor there. On-off switch. Left-right difficulty. Select and start. I like the design of the system. It's very light, and as you can see, it's the design is definitely a throwback to the original, which is kind of nice. Even got the little bit of wood grain there. But what really is exciting about this, other than the 76 built-in games, is that we got some nice wireless controllers. That's right, wireless controllers. There's your little sensor there. As long as they have direct line of sight, nothing's in between them, the controller will work just fine. As you can see, it's designed really well, and I grabbed the original controller that I had kicking around. And as you can see, it's styled very much the same. It's really nice, and they really nailed the design, I think. So yeah, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to hook this up, and I'm going to show you some of these games. Here I am scrolling through the main menu, trying to give you an idea of some of the games that are on the system. I believe there is 76 built-in games. As you can see, they show you the cover art of the game that you select. That's really nice. I think that's a nice feature they added. Gonna scroll through a few more of these, and then we'll check out some games. Now let's check out some video footage of pinball for the Atari Flashback. This was released in 1980 for the Atari 2600, and back then this would have been pretty good for a home console. It's a very simple pinball. I find it doesn't hold up too well these days, but back then it would have been pretty good. As a young kid sitting in front of the TV, I would have been pretty impressed. I'm going to try not to talk too much through these reviews, as I just really want to kind of give you an idea of what games are on here and what they sound and look like, as this system is emulation and it's not really actual 2600 hardware. For the most part, I think they nailed it. So I'm just going to leave you with some game footage and let you guys decide. Here we have a look at how Pong plays on the Flashback 4. For this review I was using the joystick controller, where I should have been using the Atari pedals, but you kind of get the idea. It sounds and looks good, plays just like Pong should. Object of the game is to get a higher score than your opponent. This is a very easy game to pick up and play. I find this one still holds up well today.